In today's tutorial, we're learning how to make this really cool animated design in Canva all the way from scratch. And we're using the latest feature where we will also generate the image itself in Canva. We're not only making this a landscape visual, we're also creating a portrait variant that you can use for your social media channels. I split up this tutorial into 3 parts. First, we will generate the image in Canva in the latest new feature. Then we will look at the landscape creation of the design. And eventually we'll look at the custom variations for portrait modes or any other format that you like. Now, if you want to save some time while making Canva designs, I also make a lot of templates that you can download via the link in the description below. Let's start with the first part, which is the image generation. And we're starting from the home screen in Canva, and here we can see that on the left we have the new pop-up here, the Dreamlab section amongst the other templates. So we're going to click that, and that will take us to the Dreamlab section here on the left. You can always click to it on the left bar as well to go to that part. Here at the top we have the option to add in a prompt, and then you can choose between what style that you want to generate and also the aspect ratio. And if you scroll down on the page, you will get your previously generated images, so you can see that we have a theme here for today's tutorial that I experimented with, and now we're going to create the prompt. And you can also see that here we have the prompt that we have used, and then we have 4 images that have been generated. So I've used it 3 times, 3 different prompts to play around with it. And we're going to do exactly the same now. So here I'm going to type in a non-branded SUV made out of grass instead of paint. So this way we mention that the exterior of the car should be grass. In a natural forest jungle environment. This way we explain what should be the environment of the car, and we want to make the colors vibrant. Once you're happy with the prompt, you can choose the style. So there's cinematic, creative. I'm choosing the standard one, smart for now. You can see there's a lot of options that you could use. For the aspect ratio, I'm going to use a more 16:9. Since we're going to make the frame or the main part of the visual, we're going to make that 16:9. And then press create. And then Canva will do its magic and the Dreamlab will generate the image for you based on the inputs. Here we can see a whole lot of different generations that we've made, and comparing it to the other ones, I think they look quite realistic, quite nice. Sometimes it takes a bit of tweaking for the prompt, but you can always reuse it if you want. For example, if you want to add this prompt, you can just reuse prompt and it will automatically add here at the top. So it's pretty convenient. Then once you've generated a few versions of the picture, you want to select the one that you like most. So you can always click on the image to get a larger preview. So this one I think is pretty cool. This one I kind of like, it's a more playful style, but I think it might work well for a different image that we're going to make later on. But for the image or for the campaign visual, I want to use this SUV here. I think that's the one that looks nicest. Now once we click it, we can use 2 things. We can either download it or use it in the design. I'm going to click use in design, and this will open up a new canvas template with the image into it. And this is where we start as any regular tutorial. And now I'm going to modify a bit of the image. So I'm going to select the image, I'm going to edit, and I want to remove or fine-tune some elements. I'm going for magic eraser. Let's reduce the brush size a bit. And then I'm going to remove this logo here where it's generated some sort of a brand, and I don't want that, so I'm going to erase that part. Give it a few seconds to load, and I think this is quite a nice job. Then we're going to close it, and let's have a look what we can do. The car is quite prominent in the picture, so I want to have it a bit smaller. And for that, I'm going to select the sides and reduce the size of the image. This way, if we have more of the greenery around it, we'll have more room for text later on. So I'm going to increase it, place it in the middle, go to edit. Now we go to the magic expand tool, and we want to select whole page. This way we can see the selection around and select the entire page, and then use magic expand. And this will use AI to expand the image, so it will fill in the empty gaps on the side. And that will give us a little bit of more working room to create the design around. And here we can see it's already giving us some examples. You can always click to see if you like any of those. I think this one is a bit better. It's giving us a little bit of a weird edge on the sides, but I don't think it matters too much. So I'm going to select the one I like most. Let's skip through them. They all look quite similar, so that's good. I think the one here with the light part on the right, I think that's quite a good one. So I'm going to click done. And now I'm going to adjust the crop marks just a bit, or just expand the sides. That also works. So we don't have that little strange colored edge. And then position it in the middle again. You can always adjust the crop marks if you want. That way you have a clean canvas to work with. There you go. That looks quite good. Now we're going to duplicate the page. And on the second slide, I'm going to use the background remover. And this will remove the background from the image and hopefully we'll get the car alone. So it does quite a good job. That's always pretty good. Now we're going back to the first image and we're going to add some text. So go to text, title, and here let's type in brand. It could be your brand name, it could be a slogan for your campaign. I'll use some generic text that we can use. I'm going to make it white. And then for the font, I want something more playful. So experimenting with a few fonts is always good. This, I think it looks a bit organic, so I like the font. It's not too much of a hard edge, and we have that little dotted effect that it's looking a bit old or rusty, the font. That's quite a cool effect. Let's try a few more. And this one I think goes quite well. It's not really it's somewhere in between a serif and a sans serif font with the small edges. It's a bit playful, so that's nice. So I'm going to use this one, and then let's place it somewhere here on top of the car, but we can cover just a little bit of the car here. Let's do it like this. Maybe we go for all caps, select the letters, and you can make it all caps. I think that goes well with this font. Let's place it here, close this tab, and now we're going to select the car from the previous image, and if we haven't moved the original image, and we just paste it on top, and we adjust it, or we just place it in the middle, where the edges meet, that way it will nicely fit on the image. So this already looks quite good. Now if you want to add some shadow, you can always select the image, go to Edit, Shadows, and add some drop shadow. Here you can see it changes the size of the image, so we can increase the blur amount and also the angle. So I want the angle to go to the top, so either we drag it all the way to the left or we drag it all the way to the right, so that the shadow is on top. The blur amount I'm going to increase, but the distance I think we can reduce it. And now we have to play around with the size of the image. So I'm holding the Option key here on the Mac, and I think it's Control on the Windows to scale it from the center, and then match it with the original image again. And this way we have that sort of drop shadow effect on the text, which is quite nice. The crop marks, I'm going to put them to the edge again, and for the top one I like to put that crop mark a bit down, somewhere halfway the text, so we can always select the 3 layers. We can select the front car here, we can select the text easily, and we can select the background on top. So that's a nice way to do it. I'm going to select the text, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V to create a copy, make it smaller, and let's put it on top. Maybe it could be a different word. I'm going to type in your brand, could be part of your slogan. Let's make it smaller. And the text color, I think a bright green will be quite fitting with this design. So the color code I'm using is B5FF00. And if you want to have it stand out just a bit more with the background, you can always go to Effects and then press Lift. And this adds some small shadow to your word. And let's place it in the middle or somewhere here up front. I think between the R and the A will be quite good. You can select both, play around with positioning. There we go. And now let's add some finishing touches and elements. So I'm going to press R to add a rectangle on the image. We no longer need this bottom part, so I'm going to remove it. Makes it easier to work. Increase the rectangle from side to side. Go to color. And we're going to give it a gradient color. So choose that dark gradient color. Click on the color wheel. And we want to have it from top to bottom. So we want to have a straight gradient. I'm going to make both colors black. And then on the top one, so in our case it's the left one, I'm going to select that one and increase the transparency all the way to 0. Now you can increase or decrease the height, and that will give you some sort of a shadow cast on the image. And if you remove it, the image is fairly bright and everything calls for your attention. But if you add some sort of a subtle gradient at the bottom, it more puts the emphasis on the car, I think. You don't have to overdo it. And I'm going to position layers and drag it underneath the car. So the car still stands out, but the environment is a bit darker. And this gives us some room to put some extra information or text that is relevant to your campaign. So I'm going to go to text, subtitle, and let's type in www, your website, canva.com. Make it smaller, put it in the corner, and of course we change the font to white. I'm going to copy that text box, Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and place it on the right side. And here we can maybe type in your phone number, 123 456 789 and 0. Some room, some placeholder for a phone number. Make sure that both sides are positioned evenly. And this already gives us quite a nice design to work with. Now we want to look at the animation part. So I'm going to duplicate the page. And on the first one, here, I want to select both text elements, make them smaller, and drag them behind the car. Oops, here I see the your is still in front, so I'm going to position and drag that one above the brand but below the car. That means we have to do the same on the other side. Drag that one in the correct layer. There we go. Text elements, we can select both while holding shift and then shift them to the bottom. Just make sure you release them not entirely off the canvas, but just outside of the picture a bit. Otherwise you will remove or you can no longer select it. That gradient box, we want to select that. If you can't select it, you can always go to position, select the gradient box, and we're going to drag that one downwards. Also not off the slide entirely, but just a bit downwards. And now we go to thumbnail view, hover in between the two slides, add transition, and we want to choose magic move. This goes quite fast, so we're going to increase the duration, let's say almost 2 seconds, and let's preview that. And this gives us quite a cool image of the car, and as soon as you click, you will get the elements flying in from behind your car and the information at the bottom, as well as that gradient bar to really put the emphasis on your product. Now I think we can even go one step further. So if we go back and we try to increase the size of the car in the second image. So let me close this here. Let's go to scroll view again. And then the second part of the image, we go to position. We want to select the car cutout without background. Hold Control and select the background image. Scroll outwards or scroll backwards using this toggle switch. And then we increase the size of the image. So again, hold the Option or Control key and then scroll from or select it from the edges so that you zoom and you scale it from the center. We're going to do it just a little bit so we get that zoom effect. And now let's preview that again. And here you can see that if we click again, we will also get that zoom effect on the car while everything pops up nicely from your design. And that's what you want to create. Now this is the TV format or presentation format. Now let's have a look at how we can easily convert it to, for example, social media design. And for that, I'm going to go to resize and I want to choose a Instagram story, let's say. You can also choose any other custom size. I'm going for an Instagram story. You can resize this design or you can create a copy. I'm going to create a copy. Give it a few seconds to create that one and then you can open your story. It will open in a new tab. And here we can see that it has added the elements to the slide. I think we have both elements, they look a bit messy, so I'm going to remove some things. For example, the car first. Let's also remove the elements. There we go. This one can go as well. And we just reduce the image of the car. That's the original starting image that we want. This is the original framing. What I want to do is I want to increase it by just a bit so that the car almost meets both edges. But it doesn't meet it, so we get some breathing room on the side, but still it's enough of an emphasis in design. Let's put it in the middle, maybe a bit to the bottom so we can add some text on top, and then go to edit. We want to fill the design so it matches with the Instagram story layout. We go to Magic Expand again, and here we can choose either 9:16 or I'm going to choose whole page and then choose Magic Expand. And again, here we get some previews. Some will look better than the others. I think it does quite a good job. Here we don't need the text or the elements at the bottom. Same with this one, so I think I'll go for one of those here. Then you click on done and then click outside of the image again. It's not going to be the main focus of the image anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Adjust the crop marks. It's not necessary, but I like to do it to work on a clean canvas. Now we're going to add the text layers again. So I'm going to the second layer that contains, or the second design that contains all the elements. I'm going to select both, Ctrl+C, and paste them on the first page. Let's maybe add a slogan here. So let's say dare to be bold, so there in bold, and then that middle part here, oops, there we go. This one we changed to B. Center it nicely on top of one another, position, layers, and drag that middle layer on top. We can increase it in size if you want to make it larger or smaller. I'm going for this and then slightly overlapping on both. I think that's too much, so I'll probably do more something like this. There we go. Select them all, increase them in size, and position them where it looks nice. I think we can have some more breathing room on top. I'm not sure if we need it. Maybe we can... Let's try it with the car. Yeah, I think that looks good. We're going to use it. Not much, but we just add some subtle touch to the design. Maybe we can select both, hold Control and scroll backwards, or use that toggle switch again, and increase it just a bit more so we can give some more breathing room at the bottom of the design. And also here I think it will fit if we add that gradient feel to the design, or that gradient to the design. So I'm going to select that one, here it is, and paste it on here as well. Make sure that it meets the edges, and then we're going to increase it, position, and drag it underneath the text in the car to create that darker bottom. Now we're going back to the second page, grabbing that website and phone number and placing it. Let's make it a bit larger. Let's do both at the same time. And then placing them at the bottom of your design. Depending on how you're going to use this, you might want to put them a bit closer. If you want to use an Instagram story, it might be better if you put it like this, or a different call to action. I'll leave that up to you to fill it in. But this gradient rectangle, it gives you a lot of text room for the bottom of your design. So it could be a call to action, it could be a link that you want to add. That is all perfectly possible. So you can add that to the bottom of your design. And also here we can do that animation part. So this one we no longer need, so I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to duplicate the design, and we're going to do the same things. So select the text boxes, make them smaller, drag them underneath the car. Those text boxes, we can drag them off the page. Maybe let's drag them to the side here. So onto this side. And I'm using that arrow key to shift them off, or almost, and doing the same here. And then we hover in between, and I think it still has that magic move on 2 seconds. So that is good. Then we can preview, and there we have that animation part. Here I can see we have a little bit of a mismatch, so we can easily adjust that by here zooming in and seeing if we can just move the car until it matches. And I think that does the trick in our case. You can always use the arrow keys. Just try to look at one point of the car. In this case, I'm using the top part here together with the lights. So I'm using the arrow keys until everything nicely matches. There we go. You can also look at multiple points to just be sure that everything's correctly positioned. And then we have to do that here as well. And also on this design, I think we can select, if you go to position, select the car, hold Control, select the background, and just zoom in that little bit. That will really put that emphasis on your product. And let's put that on full screen. So in today's tutorial, we've learned how to make that really cool landscape version of the design, and also to create it into a story mode for your social media channels. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you want to learn more about Canva, make sure to drop a follow and watch the video on the screen right now.